Welcome everybody, my name is Anil Kumar. Welcome to this Read to Lead series of videos. Today we are talking about the inspirational leader. How to motivate, encourage and achieve success. Inspirational Leader by John Adair. This book addresses tough questions about leadership. The book drills down beyond management, deep into the human nature. It discusses meaningful terms and qualities that make a leader effective. Inspirational Leader by John Adair. What are the takeaways? Action-oriented leadership has three facets. The first is who you are, the personal qualities. The second is what you know, what your situation is. And the third is what function you serve. So your personal qualities, what you know, what your situation is, and what you do, what function you serve decides whether you will be having an action-oriented leadership role. Good managers carry out their tasks well, but good leaders inspire those around them. So, being a good leader is important if you need to motivate, encourage, and achieve success. What you are, what you know, what you do. Inspirational leaders use a sense of purpose to motivate their employees to go beyond their call of duty. Anybody who feel valued, who feel that their efforts are adding a purpose or meaning, they will feel motivated. Organizations have three things in common: tasks to do, teams to accomplish, and individuals who make up those teams. So everybody has some work to do, everybody is a part of some team. But these individuals, are they feeling a sense of purpose to go beyond the call of duty? That is what matters. That is what makes a difference between great organizations and ordinary ones. And to have a great organization, to make the people go beyond their call of duty, to make them feel motivated, you need to have an inspiring leadership style. What you are, what you do, and what you know will decide on that aspect. The task to be accomplished, leaders must plan, control, support, etc. Leaders run small groups. Operation leaders direct several groups. And strategic leaders are in charge of the entire organization. Leaders who believe in their employees inspire trust within the organization. You must be willing to serve in trenches to be considered as a leader. Hope is the primary force of the human spirit. If you give hope, if you get the confidence and trust, if you give hope, people will keep going. So for the task, you need to have plan, control, support, etc. Then you need to inform the people what is expected and then evaluate whether the individual teams are delivering what is expected. So what is the basic training necessary? The basic training necessary is your qualities or what you are, your situation or what you know, and your function or what you do. These are the basic things on which one needs to be trained. Trained to know what you are, trained to know what your team is. These are the three prongs. Now leadership defines itself based on these interdependent characteristics. Leadership is defined based on these characteristics: your qualities, your situation, your function. What you are, what you know, what you do. Leaders' character or traits define them, but these are the qualities of leadership. What is the leader's traits? The courage, the persistence, the optimism, the morality. So how much integrity you have, how dare to do what is right, how persistent you are. Do you, on the first sign of failure, get out? And optimism, are you looking at the positive side of change? So these interdependent characteristics and the traits define the leader and leadership. Organization or groups have certain qualities, like a leader has, like an individual has, organization also has. But the organizational qualities are defined by A, the team, the individuals who make up the organization, and B, the leader who gives and takes these qualities with the team. You need great leaders, not just at the top level, but also at the front end and operational levels. It is the leader who inspires the team. All good leaders exude sincere enthusiasm. The people will feel enthusiastic to deliver the goal. Take on the qualities of your organization as your own. You need to gel with the organization as a leader. Give some of your qualities to the team. Make the team appreciate honesty, integrity, steadfastness, etc. Boost enthusiasm. Create warmth. Help to have bravery, integrity, and judgment in their actions. Enthusiasm is contagious, be it in you, the team, or the stakeholders, but only if it is genuine enthusiasm. Don't put up acts. There is a lot of difference between the behavior characteristic and the presented personality behavior. What is the situational approach? To motivate and encourage people, To have success that is lasting, you need to inspire. To inspire, there are multiple approaches. If you are caught in a difficult or challenging circumstance, you automatically emerge as a leader if you have the traits in you. You handle that situation well and you turn out to be a leader. If you have experienced a situational approach to leadership, then everybody will look at as a leader. Not necessarily you should be successful in every situation. The challenges that you face will bring out the leadership qualities in you. The critical component is the knowledge you had and the knowledge you gained. What knowledge you bring to the situation to face the challenge, and by facing, what did you learn? That is what matters. The leader who is forged by one situation might not necessarily be successful in another. So challenges bring out leadership qualities, and the knowledge that you bring to solve the challenge is what makes you a leader, and you learn from the challenge. Then you have the authority, the positional leader. What is a position? A superior position in a group automatically gives a person authority. Your team leader, your organizational manager, your CEO. This superior position in a group gives the authority. Then there are personalities. Leaders often have a charisma and charm. Mostly in politics, when you have leaders of great personality, maybe in film industry, the heroes that you follow, they are the leaders with a charisma and charm. Then you have the knowledge. Specific, deep knowledge about a certain topic gives a leader authority in that realm. A person becomes a leader in a specific area or a subject when you have a deep, specific knowledge about that situation. So these are the different types of leadership people have or authority people have. Then you have a functional leadership. Functional leadership is not about characteristic. Functional leader is not about your knowledge. Functional leader is what you are, what you do as a leader, the role that you play, what you do as a leader. Smart leaders know how to delegate some of their responsibilities to others. By this, a functional leader creates more functional leaders. You have a chain of leaders in the organization. Functional leaders free up their time to learn, sharpen the saw, to take up more challenge, that is, get something delegated to them, to strategize, to think about the big picture. There are needs on three levels: the task, the team, and the individual. So the common sense is rare. Common sense to see things as they are is still rare. Common sense to see things as they are is still rare. And then, as a functional leader, you need to have great ability to draw right conclusion and take corrective action. Great ability to draw correct conclusions and take the right actions. For what? For the task, for the team, and for the individual, to delegate and to lead. The functional leadership consists of various actions that you do on a regular basis. It is planning, communicating, supervising, supporting the team to give their best output, providing new information about the task, new tools, new techniques, new methods, new procedures, evaluating their performance, continuous feedback to bring them back on course so that the organizational goals are met, and then reviewing the results and learning from it, and then picking up the course correction necessities. As a leader, you need to support the task, and you have to provide the needs of the team so that the individuals will perform the job well. This is the only way you can motivate or encourage so that you will have success. Not all leaders are created equal. Leaders are not born, leaders are made, and not all leaders are made equal. Leaders at each level have different responsibilities. There is a team leader who is in charge of a small group of people, maybe in the front line. There is an operational leader to whom several teams report. Then there is a strategic leader who is in charge of the entire organization. Maybe he draws up the strategy for the whole organization, the CEO types. You can be appointed a manager, but you are not a leader unless your appointment has been ratified by the people who report into you. Unless you get into the hearts and minds of the people who work for you, you will remain a manager, not a leader. So to be a leader, you need to have the buy-in of your team, your so-called subordinates or the people who support. For that, you need to serve them by providing the tools, the techniques, the methods, the information. Communicate to them what is the goal and the expectation, and then continuously give them feedback as to whether they are helping you and the organization reach their goals. For that, you need to listen to them to understand what they think, why they think, how they think, and help them understand what you want, why you want, and how. So we have a team leader, we have an operation leader, we have a strategic leader, and then you need to have the buy-in of your team. Strategic leaders are ultimately responsible for everything that happens in the organization because they are the ones who lay down the great goals, the long-term plans, the organizational objectives, the mission and visions. Good strategic leaders need practical wisdom. They need to know what the ground level people are doing, what are the strength and weakness of the organization. They need to have a mix of common sense, goodness or genuineness, integrity, candor, intelligence, experience, and expertise in what your company is doing. If you're an ice cream maker and if you don't know anything about ice cream, there is no point in you being a strategic leader of an ice cream company. Practical wisdom breeds strong decision making skill. Practically, if you have done it, then you know it. Only then you will be able to drive the organization to make it improved and better. That is, to bring about transformational change. A strategic leader needs to ensure the right product or right service are delivered. Strategic leader need to ensure the company is focusing on the right market segment. You have to choose your customers well. You have to choose your employees well. You have to choose your goals well. You need to have an on-time distribution, the right distribution chain, the right place, the right price, the right product. For that, the strategic leader needs practical wisdom. He needs a common sense and mix it with intelligence and experience. Management is about the mind. Leadership is about the people. It's emotions. Leadership is about people's emotions. There are tough basic goals for a functional leader, because if you want to be an inspirational leader, you need to be capable of not delivering your experience and expertise alone, but to get into the hearts and minds of the people. So communicate a vision, what the organization will be in the next 5, 10, 15 years. Set a policy that supports a strategy. This will make it easier for the leader to let everybody know what they want. So when you have a policy, you will know what the board will do, what the top management will do, what each department or a division should do. So everybody knows what is the credit policy, what's the risk policy, what's the customer management policy, what's the service policy, what's the account retention policy. Then you have to execute the plan. So that means making decisions that are aligned with the organization will be easy if you have a policy. Then you have to make decisions, that is, execute the plan. How do we do this? We are implementing in each of our tasks, in each of our activity, the actions that require us to be in alignment with the policy, in alignment with the vision. Then the organization may also require a reorganization. What is that? If something is not working, then we need to fix it. Maybe the size of the team, maybe the methods, maybe the techniques, maybe the equipment, maybe the people. We need to reorganize the way it is. And then we have to be a cheerleader. The inspirational leader has to give rewards and recognitions for the good efforts that are put in. The inspirational leader should not take the credit but share it with the team that contributed. Inspirational leader should give proper feedback so that people are remained enthusiastic about getting things done, having their spirits and morale high. Becoming a partner, what is it? You need to be a servant leader. You need to serve them with the tools, with the techniques, with the help that everybody needs to meet their goals, and in turn they will contribute to the organizational goals. So as a community, as a team, as a society, together, the belongingness is what will make partners, so that we help each other, serve each other. Especially we need to create a legacy. To create a legacy, we need to choose high quality individuals, institutions, tasks, teams, so that all levels of the organization know what we are trying to do. And then the leader will leave a legacy of having inspired a lot of people. The leader will leave a legacy when you create more leaders, when you develop leaders, so that they will talk about your methods and your styles and pass it on to others. So building a chain of leaders is an important necessity of an inspirational leader. What are the differences between leaders and managers? A vision without a task is a dream. If you have a vision, it's not enough. You need a task that will take you towards this vision. Otherwise, it will remain a dream. If you have a task and there is no vision, then it is not drudgery. You just keep on doing something, but you don't know what's the meaning of it, where it takes you. So what is leadership? Leadership is a long-term mission. Then leadership brings about change. Leader acts as a catalyst to convert the manager into leader, or management into leadership, or the team into successful winners. The only true leaders can carry out organizational change. Managers can make changes, But organizational change, the transformation will come only when you have a good leadership. Because what a manager does will only be directing the team's actions, but the organization may not evolve. It needs a leadership to have a strategic thinking to navigate towards the chaos. So it is possible that managers are budget conscious, fair, honest, well informed, polite, cheerful and all, but it will only help them to reach their goals. They will be reliable, but they may not be leaders. Leaders will be those who instill in their employees a belongingness. Leaders are those who inspire and motivate their team by leading by example. Leaders are those who are able to make the employees find meaning in their job. Leaders are those who are able to make the employee go beyond the call of duty. That is what leaders are. Managers are those who will just get things done. But the voluntary contribution by the employee to put in all that they can will come only from a leader. There is a contract between a leader and the team. Maybe explicit, maybe implicit, maybe whatever. But there has to be justice. The contract has to be just. There should be fairness. There should be equal respect for sincerity and integrity on the part of both the parties, known and unknown. There should be no gray areas. It should be crystal clear what the expectations are, what the goals are, what the rewards are, what the punishments would be, if any. There should be mutual respect because of the candor, the integrity, the consistency. And then there is influence from each other in the form of their morals and values. So the contract is very special. Example is not the main thing in influence others. It's the only thing. So you have to lead by example. The leader, the inspiration leader, has to lead by example. Only then they will be motivated, encouraged. Why? Because you have to show the stamina, you have to show the consistency, you have to show the ability to come back to focus on the most important things after every interruption or disruption. Only then you will be able to influence your team to follow you. You may help them to become what they are capable of being. But if you have to help them to become what they are capable of becoming, then you have to treat people in your team as if they were what they ought to be. So you have to treat the people in your team that they are the best in the world. Then they will become the best in the world. A leader needs more than charisma. The inspirational leader, to inspire, you have to go beyond what is expected. You have to go beyond what is expected with respect to the people involved, the purpose and the leader. So if you are able to influence it, that means you are able to go beyond what is expected. Charisma plays an important role, but that alone is not enough. You need to treat people with dignity. Treat people with dignity. Understand that every person is an individual, and human emotions and distinct personality is what brings about the best in the person. Spirit in an individual is what elicits energy in the person to bring out the best. It is not something that the leader should keep to himself, but it is something that he should kindle in every member of the team. If the inspiration leader is not able to kindle the spirit of the team, it will be difficult to inspire them to go beyond the call of duty to achieve success for the organization. So the inspiration leader should share the spirit, share the energy, inspire others, motivate, live by example. Recognize everybody, their feelings, their spirit, their expectations, their longing, their meaning. Trust the employees. Trust them to make decisions. Make them trust your decisions. Use judgment, use creativity properly so that the team stands with you. The leader has to understand that every person is an individual and human emotions have a distinct personality. Then we need the powerful motivator. What is that? Humor, purpose, vision and inspiration are powerful motivators. When we talk about humor, we have to be very sensitive to use it in the right perspective, depending upon the sense of culture, background, color, creed and diversity, so that there is dignity and value for the individual. When it comes to purpose, it answers the why you are doing something, the why question of the organizational goal and objectives. The leader has to demonstrate that the jobs are good, meaningful and useful. The leader has to demonstrate the jobs are meaningful. Only then the employee will get convinced and accept that it is meaningful. What you demonstrate is what matters. The perception of the employee that the job is meaningful matters still more. Your priority as a leader should be to make the purpose, the vision clear to everybody. That is why an inspirational leader needs a great lot of communication skill, verbal, written, body language, your day-to-day actions. You need to communicate your vision, the purpose to everyone, so that people know why they are asked to do something. People will understand the meaning of their effort. Only if you are self-motivated, you can inspire others. So inspiration means motivation in yourself, by yourself. True vision is an idea. The idea that stretches the people or makes the people or pushes the people to do something that is normally impossible. True vision is an idea that stretches the people involved. But vision is not something that is impossible to attain. It is something possible to attain. But for that, people need to stretch. For that, the vision needs to be communicated properly. Then people have to be given the meaning of their effort, the why, and then they have to be inspired. Leader with a vision can see things beyond what others can see. They can see the issues beyond what is on the surface. They can bring ideas to fruition. The leaders are responsible for inspiring passion. The leaders are responsible for bringing high morale. The leaders are responsible for giving direction to the people, giving purpose to the people, allowing people to make decisions by delegating them, by empowering them, by trusting them, by giving them confidence, by getting their influence in getting them go beyond the call of their duties. How and when a task is to be executed should be left to the individual. Leader should not do a micromanagement. People are not necessarily motivated to complete a task for the sake of satisfying their managers or individual needs or fear. They do it for themselves. So they have to find meaning in what they do. So in summary, there are three forms of good leadership. There's a situation leadership, function leadership. Not all leaders are equal. The job description is to help and serve others and give them the tools and empower them. Plan for their action and let them take the small decisions in the way they execute. There is a contract, an unwritten contract, implicit or explicit, between the leader and the team, where trust is more important, confidence is important. It takes more than charisma to have inspiration instant into the team, and then you need to provide the powerful motivators like the purpose, the vision, the inspiration, etc. So this is about John Adair's Inspirational Leadership. Thanks for watching this video. Please keep coming back for more sessions.